Top 15 wonderkids from FM 2011 including Schurrle, and where they are now. Andre Schurrle turned 31 on Saturday, but 10 years ago he was one of the best wonderkids on Football Manager 2011. Football Manager has, throughout time, often been a good indicator of where the next big talents in world football are coming from. Countless talents from wonderkid lists have gone on to become some of the best players in world football. And while Schurrle perhaps didn't reach the heights that was expected of him, plenty of other names from 2011 did. Here, Daily Star Sport takes a look at 15 top wonderkids from Football Manager 2011 in no particular order. After bursting onto the scene at Mainz, Schurrle made a name for himself at Bayer Leverkusen, the club he joined in 2011. Schurrle's career highlight was arguably when he provided the crucial assist for Mario Götze in the 2014 World Cup final win over Argentina, but there were several others along the way. The German played for the likes of Chelsea, Wolfsburg, Borussia Dortmund, Fulham, and Spartak Moscow in a short career which came to a dramatic end at just 29 years old. Schurrle unfortunately lost his love for the game and took the decision to hang his boots up in 2020 while he was at Dortmund. "The decision has matured in me for a long time," Schurrle told German newspaper Der Spiegel. "I no longer need the applause. The depths became deeper and the highlights less and less." Unlike some of the players in this list, things clearly worked out for Neymar. The Brazilian is one of the best players in the game and remains as the most expensive player in world football following his move to £200 million move from Barcelona in 2017. There was little doubt that he would become the player he is given the ability he possesses. Müller was as much of an unsung hero then as he is now. And yes, it won't surprise you to learn that he's still at Bayern 21 years after joining the club in 2000. Müller has won just about everything football has to offer, and at 32, there is still a lot of fight left in him yet. The Belgian was just 17 when Football Manager 2011 was released, but he had already become a mainstay in Anderlecht's first team after having made his debut at 16, and it didn't take him long to showcase his talent to the rest of the world. After just 2 seasons at Anderlecht, Lukaku was on his way to Chelsea for the first time in his career. 8 years in the Premier League followed before Lukaku headed for a 2-year stint in Serie A in Inter until he returned to Chelsea in the summer for £97.5 million. After winning League One with Lille in 2011, Hazard had caught the attention of European football's biggest clubs. And in 2012, Chelsea came calling, and the rest is history. It's fair to say his move to Real Madrid has been nothing short of a disaster, but his dream move to the Spanish giants has been plagued by injuries. Every Football Manager career needed a poacher, and Pato was just that. The Brazilian had the ability to become one of the best strikers in world football, but he never lived up to his potential. Pato went back to Brazil after Milan, before a brief stint in Europe with Chelsea and Villarreal, followed by 2 years in China and another in Brazil. Injuries haven't helped his career, and the 32-year-old is now plying his trade in the MLS with Orlando City. While Balotelli is never too far away from controversy, take nothing away from his footballing ability. After 3 seasons with City, where he was part of the club's first-ever Premier League winning side, Balotelli returned to Italy soon after. Balotelli has moved around frequently since and is now with newly promoted Adana Demirspor in the Turkish Super League. Cruz left Bayern in 2014 in favor of a move to Carlo Ancelotti's Real Madrid. And what has followed has been trophies, trophies and more trophies. 3 Champions League titles in a row is the highlight though, and will take some beating. After a poor start to his Tottenham career, it looked as if this wonderkid was going to be a flop. But Bale turned it all around, earning himself a move to Real Madrid after the 2012-13 campaign saw him score 26 goals in 44 appearances for Spurs. He's made plenty of history since then and continues to play his club football in Spain despite a near-constant uncertain future. Another one Football Manager got right. Arguably the greatest player in Austrian footballing history, Alaba endured near-constant success with Bayern. The newly converted centre-back called time on his Bayern career in the summer and opted for a move to Real Madrid, where he is sure to win more silverware. Like others in this list, Jovetic was unable to live up to the great heights which were expected of him when he burst onto the scene at Fiorentina. City saw the potential in him when they snapped him up from Fiorentina in 2013, but the move to England didn't work out. Inter, followed by a loan at Sevilla, Monaco, and now current employers Hertha Berlin has been the Montenegrin's path since. Edwin van der Sar's successor has now been at Manchester United for over a decade. De Gea was the greatest goalkeeper in the Premier League for several seasons before it all went wrong in the previous campaign. But he's United's clear no. 1 once more and looks set to see out the best years of his playing career with the Red Devils. Another of the wonderkids to fulfill his potential. Coutinho was snapped up by Liverpool in 2013 for a fee of just £8.5 million and was sold on to Barcelona for a whopping £142 million 5 seasons after making a name for himself in the Premier League. True it is that his move to the Camp Nou hasn't been a success, but he has already proved himself to the footballing world. And at 29, he's not done just yet. The highly rated Bosnian midfielder joined to Serie A side Roma in 2011 after an impressive 3-year spell at Lyon. Pjanic moved to Juventus 5 seasons later, before securing his dream move to Barcelona in 2020 after winning several trophies with the old lady. But it's been a disappointing spell at Barcelona and Pjanic has subsequently been loaned out to Besiktas to help ease the club's financial woes. Sir Alex Ferguson rightly saw the potential in Jones at Blackburn and signed the highly rated defender in 2011. But it's been injury after injury after injury for Jones, who hasn't played for United in almost 2 years. Had it not been for so many injuries, Jones is likely to have become one of the best defenders of his generation. But at just 29, he still has some years left in him as a player.